Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Malika, your money management mentor, coming to you on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday. How's it going, y'all? It is a rainy, that's why, listen. First of all, I had physical therapy today. For those who are close and near to me, I've been going to physical therapy twice a week to get my hip back in line after having my babies. So I went to do that today, and not only that, but it is raining outside today. And as y'all saw, I had some curls that was popping, and I wanted to make sure they stay that way. And so, I had to do my little wrap thing today. On top of that, they have a new PT guy, and he been putting me to work. Like, first 10 minutes there, and I'm already sweating. Like, what are you doing, sir? I don't want to sweat. Missed a little bit, but I don't want to sweat. But listen, I am actually appreciative of him, and up until this week, all of the physical therapists that I have been working with have been women, and he pushed me a little harder, which I appreciate. Like, I love someone who's going to push me to go, a little bit deeper and get out of my comfort zone. Because for me, in my experience, that's going to help me to get to where I need to go faster, right? And it makes me stronger as well, right? And nothing wrong and nothing against any women, because we can do that too. You find the right person to motivate you. Like, shout out to my business coach, Kat. She is awesome. She has been motivating me in ways that I haven't been motivated before when it comes to business. She's been challenging me, and I absolutely love it, right? And she does it in a way that, just inspires you to do what it is she's, encouraging and coaching you on. So I love it, right? I love those who are going to motivate me and inspire me and challenge me to level up, right? And so if any of you have read my post today about my engagement, or should I say my engagement ring, that relationship wasn't leveling me up, right? And so it's important to know that the people who are around you are important to your life, not just to, your emotions and your mental health, but your spirit. Like, physically is important, financially is important, right? Because, so I'll say this, in that relationship I was in, it was not only mentally and emotionally draining, but it was physically and financially draining, right? I was with a person who, he and I together did a lot of spending on unnecessary stuff, right? We weren't paying attention to, me getting out of debt. We weren't paying attention to, our financial future. We just did a lot of spending and blowing money and having fun. Hey, if you dropped in, say, hey, let me know you're here. Drop what state you're chiming in from. Absolutely love to know that you're here. But the person I was with in that relationship, we did a lot of spending, a lot of unnecessary spending too, right? And not once did we sit down and consider if there was ways we could be improving on how we were spending our money. And so I will say, after I got out of that relationship, not immediately, but within a year, I was doing better financially, because I was putting myself in a space around people who were focused on improving their finances, right? Of course, I had to take a class, and the class, was filled with other people who were, on the same journey as me, but it was worth it to pay for me, right? Because I was being intentional about who I was spending my time with, who, people who are on the same path. It makes it easier for you to stay on that path and stick to that path, right? If they're, doing the same things as you, even if they're not doing the same thing as you, but they're, making you think about the possibilities versus, how it was in that relationship where, the possibilities were, and I won't say he didn't bring different possibilities to, the conversation, but it wasn't, intentional for our relationships, right? We talked about dreams and we talked about, businesses and things, but, at that time, our character didn't line up, right? We were in our early 20s just blowing money because we had it, right? And for me, I was new to it. And so, that's the way it was. But then when I started after, he and I parted ways and I decided I wanted to get my finances together, I had to be around people who would, help me to do that, who was in that same mode, in that same space. And so, after I took that course, years later, I actually signed up for life coaching, and my life coach helped me to get to that next level, right? Because part of a major part of finances is your mindset, right? And so there wasn't many people that I was talking to about mindset. Like, I was going to church and they taught on, doing the right thing with your money, but from a, religious, spiritual standpoint, nothing wrong with it. I still tithe to this day, right? But, they don't necessarily dive deep into, how we think about money. They didn't necessarily talk to us about how different stuff affects our money, right? A lot of it was, give and you'll receive, right? Because we, and I listened to that and I live by that, right? Being a generous person. But what my life coach also taught was, not only is it about being a generous person, but you also have to make sure that you're good before you start giving out money to other people, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And for me, that was, a hard concept to grasp when all my life I had been taught to give, especially when I'm around people who, who are in need, who I'm around people I love and are, I could help. When I am in a position making, the money that I was making, and I'm a single woman at the time, I was in a position to be able to help. So I thought, right? But what he taught me was, if I put myself in a better position, I can be in a better position to help them. But I had to put myself first. And so he taught me standards and boundaries, right? Not just when it came to myself, but when it came to my money. And so when, during that time where I was learning to enforce my boundaries, I had to lean on him. I had to lean on his strength, right? And his support during that time when there were, situations where I had a goal and I had a plan that he and I had laid out for my finances. And, I was called on to, help other people, support other people, lend to other people. And I would have to, some days I'd actually have to go to him and say, listen, this is the situation. I want to help and I feel bad for not helping. I feel bad for not saying no. And he'd have to be my reminder, you have to put a pause on outside stuff in order to move forward and then be able to, go back and help. If you don't get to the top, it's hard to help other people get there, right? And so eventually, it was ingrained in my mind that, it's okay to say no. It's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to have those boundaries, right? And even what I've been finding is putting myself first has put me in a position to be able to help others more when, things happen. And it leaves me feeling satisfied about the situation versus, stressed. It leaves me feeling grateful that I have the means to help other people versus possibly being angry about, now I'm lacking, right? And so it's crucial to evaluate your circle when it comes to your finances, right? Evaluate, who's on the same level as you, who has your results, and who you can follow to get there. And that's a saying that I say a lot is follow the person who has your results That was taught to me a long time ago, years ago. Follow the person who has your results. And I've since added, follow the person who has your results and knows the process and is going to teach the process that you want. Right? Because everybody doesn't, just because they have your results don't mean the process that they took to get it is the one you want to follow. Right? Because there are, people making good money. Drug dealers make good money. But do you want to sell drugs to get that good money? Right. So, follow the people who also have your process as well as your results, right? Because you can make, 6 figures on a job, but for a person like me, I don't necessarily want to work a job. So, am I going to really follow that direction? Probably not, right? So, again, I say find the person who has your results and the process that you are willing to follow to get those results. Because, if they are doing something you don't want to do, you're not going to be happy about it, right? And it could be a situation where just because you get the results don't mean you're going to keep them, right? That may not be the right path for you to follow. So, but again, pay attention to your circle. I know there's a saying out there that you can, hire, fire, and demote as necessary. Do that. If you are working on your finances and there are other people around you that can affect that, then you need to evaluate those relationships and determine what's best for you. Put yourself first, right? Is there someone out there who is always constantly calling on you to go out to eat, but you have a set amount of money that you want to spend on going out to eat? And if you keep going out to eat with them, it's going to, you're going to overspend. You may need to, not spend as much time with that person eating out because you have goals. Or is there a person who, is on the same track as you and, y'all can motivate each other. Y'all can hold each other accountable. You may want to spend more time with that person. Is there a person out there who has your results and you just want to talk to them to, pick their brain or get them to support you as far as their knowledge and, their coaching? Reach out to them. And of course, I have to plug myself here. Money management mentor. So if you are looking to, find someone who knows about managing money and you want to improve on your money management, reach out to me, DM me, and let me know. Mentorship, right? I need some mentorship. I want to up level in my finances, and I would love for you to help me. I'd love to help you. Reach out to me, DM me, get in my inbox, and we can schedule a session and get you started on your level up, right? Because I absolutely want to see everybody win. Y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all tomorrow.